All right, what's up, everybody? So I'm about to start making these rest day yap session videos, like a more common thing, just because I think it's fun and it's something I enjoy doing. Okay, I've got my biology homework right here, and it's like keeps flapping up because of the ceiling fan. But anyway, um, I want to start doing these rest day kind of yap shit. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Rest day yap session videos, just because I like kind of talking more, and I like having my channel be mostly gym content, but I also want to do like just some like kind of like food for thought kind of videos and stuff. And today's topic, as you've probably seen by the thumbnail, is goals, and most importantly, why it's important to have big goals. Um, it's something I've been thinking about lately because like sometimes I think maybe my goals seem a little too stupid and a little too big, but I always, especially lately, I've been realizing like more people need to dream big and have big goals. Like, if it tells y'all anything, my main goals in life is to number one, continue to always grow in my faith and live a life for the Lord. And number two, three, four, or I don't even know. I'm just going to start listing off my main priorities because I can't exactly put them in like a number order. Um, to one day achieve my goal of becoming as big and strong as I naturally can achievably. Wait, as I naturally can achieve. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like yappy. I'm kind of tired. But to become as big and strong as I can naturally. I want to become a good husband one day, and I'm planning on me and my girlfriend getting married one day. Um, and also finishing up college and officially getting my doctorate in physical therapy and sports medicine. Those are like my big goals, my main goals. My main goal is to blow up. Go get that reference, comment down below. Um, but yeah, those are kind of like my main goals in life. And I think sometimes whenever I say them out loud, they can sometimes seem a little insane. Like, especially whenever I talk to people about the gym and they're like, because everyone has different goals in the gym, and that's fine. Like, some people are athletics, some people bodybuilding, some people powerlifting, some people strongman, some people just want to go in there and just stay in shape. There's nothing wrong with having different goals with that. But whenever I tell people I want to be as like big and strong and like athletic as I possibly can naturally, sometimes people kind of look at me and they're like, "You're a cornball. Like, that's corny, bro." And I think that's kind of a dumb outlook to have on things, like especially whenever someone has a passion for something like that. Um, and I feel like especially older generations compared to like our younger generation kind of tended to dream small. Like, everyone wanted the American dream, just have a decent house, decent job, family, and that's about it. Which there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to live that life, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think a lot more people need to start dreaming big just because, especially, I think the time that we live in, there is so much stuff going on, and there's so many more things you can do. Like, for example, my parents' generation. My parents are both 44. Um, their generation was very big, like kind of like you know, go to college and get a job, or go to college, get an education, and then go from there, or go straight to the workforce. Is really either or. Um, and yeah, and even like the generation before that, so like my grandparents' generation was even more of that American dream, where it was like either don't go to college and go straight into work, or go to college and go to work. Um, and you'll notice that too if you look at percentages, and also just talk to your family. Like, if you're curious about that stuff, just ask like your parents, grandparents, whatever. Just ask them, and you'll be like, oh, that's kind of true. But now we live in an era where and that's why I don't exactly support the whole college as a scam thing, but I also understand why people believe it because there are many other things you can do besides going to college. And I know me as someone who's going to college right now, it's like, oh, why are you saying that? Well, because there's so many different things you can do, bro. There's so many people who have become successful by so many different ways: social media, entrepreneurship, a bunch of different things. And those two outlets I just stated right there can branch off into tons of different things. But and that's why I'm doing both. That's why I'm going to college and also trying to do social media and stuff like that because I'm dreaming big. Um, and also another thing, talking about goals and dreaming big. I know I kind of strayed off a little bit. it's good to have goals in life and big goals, because I feel like if you have small goals and you achieve those, you can become lazy because they're easily achievable. Like, for example, let's just flash back to 5 years ago when I was 15 before I started driving. Let's just say like my big dream was, oh yeah, I want to obtain a job and graduate high school. That's a perfectly fine goal to have, but you don't want that to be like, and this is me being hypothetical, of course, and you don't want that to be like your lifelong goal. Like, you don't want your lifelong goal just to be graduate high school and obtain a job. Like, it's good if that's a temporary goal, but like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of younger people like my age and even younger than me, kind of either don't focus on goals or just kind of like dream small. And I guess my main message in this whole thing is just to have big goals and dream big, because I feel like we also live in a society though where a lot of people have big goals and a lot of people get put down for their goals like that. And it kind of bothers me because we live in such a time. I made a video about this. I know the world feels like it's falling apart sometimes and all that, but we also live in such a golden age of opportunity for if you want to do anything. Like, think about it, bro. If you lived in the 50s, let's just say you were like between the ages like 15 and like 25 in the 50s, bro. You what you're going to do is pretty narrow. You're either going to do like one of like three things. You're either going to go to high school, and after high school go straight to the workforce, or after high school you're going to go to the military, or after high school you're going to go to college and then go into the workforce. That's only three things, bro. There weren't no social media influencers. There wasn't really entrepreneurship to the extent that there is. There were no self like creators. It was really one of those three. And now we live in a time where you can do so many different things, and creativity. I mean, yes, you have to work hard for it. Like, you have to work really hard. Like, there's a lot of these companies, bro, that started from nothing, and they had to work their butt off. But then you see where they're at now, and you're like, wow. And a lot of these people put them down for it. Um, and that's one thing that I use as like kind of motivation too, which I'm trying not to make this all about myself, but it's because like a lot of things like I like to relate back to myself. So it can kind of just be more understandable. But um, I don't know, like my main thing is I've never had anyone put me down or anything for wanting to get my doctorate. But I feel like a lot of people who've known me for a while and who I haven't seen in a while or something, whenever I'm telling them, yeah, I'm working up to getting my doctorate, they're like, oh, because I don't like in high school and middle school and even elementary school, like I was like an A B student. Like I was above average, but I was just above average. I wasn't like someone who you would think would go for a doctorate. But I kind of use that motivation of people not expecting me to do that to be like, to be like, let me raise the bar for myself. You know, let me have motivation to push myself. And that's another reason why I am the way about training and stuff like that, is because like in high school I went to like a smaller high school, middle school, so like it was 2A most of the time I was there. So really small. Um, and I got to where I was pretty big and pretty strong compared to like most people. Like I like especially by my senior year of football, I was definitely in like the top five probably of strongest people on my team. Maybe even like top three. I can only really think of like two more that were actually like stronger than me my senior year. They were also heavier than me. So anyway, um, yeah, but I was never this like super insanely strong, insanely big, insanely athletic guy. Like I wasn't ever that. Like I would say I was an athlete, but I wasn't someone who you saw me and you're like, "Oh, that guy right there, that's a freak of nature." And so that motivates myself more to become that. Like I want to one day people to look at me and be like, "That guy right there is insane." Be like, "That guy right there is natural and he can deadlift 800. He's 220 lean and he can run a 4 a 4.640." Like I want to, that's my goal. And some people, whenever they hear me say that, are gonna be like, "That's corny, bro. You're not gonna be able to get that, dude. You're not gonna be able to get that." And the same kind of people who are saying that are people who are going to colleges and are in like fraternities or something and getting like a business degree. I said it. I said it. I said it. And that's no hate to people in fraternities or people who are in business or whatever, but business tends to be like the easiest thing you can go in for, and a lot of frat guys are basic and don't dream very big. But that's besides the point. I know that's controversial, but that's just my opinion, so I don't care. Um, but anyway, back on topic. Kind of want to wrap this all up in a bow. Now that I've expressed like what my true dreams are and stuff. Oh, also I want to have like a thriving social media platform and be able to like one day make income from that to support myself. That's another goal I said earlier that I should have said. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Um, and that's another thing is this is the last little bit. Whenever I talk to people about me doing social media, so many people, this is the way it is. When I talk about people are like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool." But whenever I talk about it being like a side job and something I can make money from in the future is whenever people are kind of like, "Oh," people are like, "You really think you're going to make money from doing social media?" People are like, "You really think you're going to do good enough to make money?" And that's something that kind of motivates me too, because like, yeah, I am. Like, I'm going to work hard to get to that point. Um, and some people just don't understand how like that stuff works, which is like whenever I talk to like my parents or people that are like a good bit older than me and they don't tend to understand, I don't get like heated about it. But like people who are like my age who I know how this stuff works, whenever they start kind of being like, "Oh, you realize like that's not realistic." I'm like, it's called having a big goal, bro. Um, but to kind of wrap it all up in a bow, um, dream big, bro. Dream big. Have big goals. Set those. Don't make yourself feel like, "Oh, well, this is kind of insane to think about, and I don't know if I could do this, and these people say this about it." If it's something you're passionate about and it's something you want to devote, now, most big goals and stuff are going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. Sometimes people get blessed by the good Lord. Sometimes that happens. But you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to work hard and you're going to have to grind. But just kind of dream big. Dream big. Set big goals. It's good for you. It is good for you. It also helps you with life, bro. I feel like a lot of people kind of get this whole weird philosophy of like, what is the meaning of life? And people try to add all these answers, but the Bible talks about what the meaning of life is, and it's um to live a life for the Lord. And one day, if you guys want, I'll make a video where I go more in depth about what the Bible says about uh what the point of life is, because it's something I'd like to talk about. And I will be reading straight from the. If I do a video like that, I would be reading it straight from the Bible. I'm not going to interpret anything myself because, first off, I'm not professional enough to do that. I'm not a preacher or anything, and I feel like a lot of people when they take stuff like that, they need to just take it straight from the Bible and don't add anything to it. But anyway, if you guys want me to make a video about it, let me know in the comments. Um, but a lot of people get in this philosophical stink about what the meaning of life is, but add big goals and big dreams, and then you won't ever stress about what's the meaning of life whenever you have big goals and big dreams you want to achieve in it. So, long story short, dream big, set big goals, and grind at them and achieve it. And you will obtain, and also the happiness you have during the process. Like, I'm telling you, this whole time, ever since I was 13 and started working out, bro, just seeing how progress and stuff happens, it's been a beautiful and amazing thing, man. Um, Even with social media, I haven't been doing that much. I started in December of 24, so not even a year. Like, wait, let me see. It's the 8th. No, it's the ninth month. So, wait, yeah, it's the ninth month. So, about like 10 months I've been doing this. And just seeing the progress I've made already, it's just been such an awesome and beautiful thing to see. Um, and like how my school's progressed and just everything I've been doing, bro, just seeing the process unfold has been awesome. And even though it's hard work at a lot of the time, I enjoy it. And find your enjoyment in that. But that's kind of my rest day yap session for today. If you guys found it interesting or have anything you want to talk about, feel free to comment down below. I'd love to talk with you guys about it. And yeah, if you guys want me to make a video where I kind of do a more deep dive into what the Bible says about the meaning of life, let's see if I can cook that up for y'all. But yeah, that's today's video. Y'all have a good day. Peace.